Casey Dykstra.
How's it going, DockHound fans? Your broadcaster Dominic Stearn here with another player interview. This time we got Casey Dykstra on our hands, returning player. Joined the team in the middle of the season last year after graduating from Azusa Pacific. He's back for some more action in Lake Country. Casey, how are you doing? How excited are you to be back in a DockHound uniform?
I'm doing great. It feels like forever since I've been back in Lake Country, and I'm very excited. It's been a long wait, so I've been doing a lot of training, a lot of preparation for my first full upcoming pro season. So really excited for that.
Right, and you're from California. You could have gone anywhere, but you're coming back to Oconomowoc. What really drew you back to play in Lake Country?
Yeah, I would say the fan base, the organization, and I really love the area. Man, I just love it. Coming from California to there, you meet a lot more nice people, cool people, people who are very welcoming, friendly. I had a wonderful experience with my host family. A lot of my teammates were great relationships, and all the coaching staff. Coach Bennett, he was one of the main reasons I decided to go out there. I had one of my uncle and him were best friends, so I was able to kind of learn a lot from him, and knowing how much baseball experience he had and coaching experience he had was definitely one of my main reasons deciding to go out there.
And how have you been preparing? You talked about it. It's felt like a long time. How have you
Yeah.
been preparing to get back into professional baseball?
Yeah, so I've played year-round baseball the last 20 years of my life. So this is the longest gap I've gone without playing in a game or like a scrimmage of some sort. So really what my training looks like is um, since our season ended, I've just been hitting off a tee, hitting in a cage, going and get live at bats from other teammates from college or in the area, and mainly just lifting, getting stronger, getting faster, doing whatever training I can in my gym back home, and really any on-field reps I can get. But it's definitely hard when you're solo out here and not practicing with a team like you are in college every day.
Yeah, and when we were texting trying to line this up, you mentioned that you were giving out lessons. So you're coaching. You're obviously really young, only 23 years old. What has it been like to be a coach?
Yeah, so it's actually probably my favorite thing ever. I love it. It's a blast giving back all of the knowledge I've been given about the game of baseball, and really just getting to mentor kids in my area that where I was 10 years ago. So I'm the freshman baseball coach at my high school, and I was a freshman playing on that same team 10 years ago. So it's really exciting. It's really special, whether I'm coaching high schoolers or 7-year-olds who are just learning how to play baseball.
And do you think that's going to translate at all to your game, especially more on the mental side now that you're working on the approach, you're working on mechanics more a little bit with some players? Do you think that's going to help you out once you actually get out to Wisconsin and Lake Country?
I'm talking baseball every single day. Something I've done in the past, but now it's more from a coaching standpoint. So now that um, I've gotten this coaching experience, I feel like I can kind of really break down my own self and not try to overthink things. Just trying to go out there and do what I can do.
And baseball runs in your blood, like you mentioned. Your uncle, Lenny Dykstra, 1986 World Series champion, multi-time All-Star. You also have a couple other brothers who have played in the professional ranks as well. What's it like to be in just a family where baseball is everything, and how is that cultivated to you as the player you are today?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's awesome. I was born with baseball in my blood. Yeah, like you said, my uncle played 10 years in the big leagues, was a two-time All-Star, World Series champion. So, growing up, he was someone I looked up to on the field, whether that was um, pretty much how to play the game, right? If anyone knows my uncle Lenny Dykstra, he was someone who played the game with 110% effort, was diving around the field, making plays, was just tough. So that was someone who I really modeled on the field, trying to be a tough, gritty player like I am. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, like I mentioned, big part of that 1986 World Series that Mets fans still talk about to this day. And I think a lot of Lake Country fans are talking about how you're a two-way player. You only stepped on the mound twice last year for the DockHounds, but also at the plate. How are you able to balance, pitching a little bit and also hitting? And do you expect to pitch a little bit more this season than just those two times?
Yeah, no, I would absolutely love to pitch way more. It's something that I picked up my junior year of college, and it was always because I had a good arm from the outfield. And then I got on the mound, and the velo was there, so started to learn how to be a pitcher. But that also kind of took away from being the absolute best outfielder I could be. So I definitely had to work as hard as I can to be great at both. So yeah, throughout the 5 weeks or whatever I was out there in Lake Country, the entire time I was training as an outfielder and as a pitcher. I was always throwing bullpens, even though I only threw 2 innings, almost 2 innings. I was nearly throwing a bullpen every 3 days, getting off the mound, staying ready. But I'm willing to do whatever the coaching staff needs me to do. Right, I think I can help the team in both areas as an outfielder with my bat and on the mound as a reliever. So
I was looking at your stats both with the DockHounds last year and also at Azusa Pacific. And one thing that stood out to me was you're really high on base percentage. You draw a lot of walks, you find your way on base. Is that something you've always prided yourself on? And when did you learn just to get on base? Like you even seasons where you have a 250 batting average, you got a 400 OBP.
yeah, a lot of it kind of goes down to when I'm in the box, I'm just trying to compete. Right, I'm gonna have swings and misses, but I'm gonna get on the dish. I don't know if you saw my senior year. I had 27 hit by pitches, second in the nation. Right, when a ball's coming at me, I'm not flinching. Right, I'm taking that ball so I can get on base, which helps the team win. Right. Also trying to battle in at bats, even though I did struggle. I'm up there every time, doing as best as I can, even though sometimes it's hard when you're playing every single day. That was a big adjustment for me. Um, Going from playing 3 days a week and then getting to practice those other four in college, and then, oh wait, we don't practice, we just play, 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 play. So if you had a bad day, just learning how to get rid of it and just get ready to play the next day.
You mentioned it, going straight from college to that professional ranks. Is that the biggest difference? Is just the everyday lifestyle, or are there any other differences that us as baseball fans don't really realize?
That's for me was one of the bigger differences. It was normally and then for me too, a little bit, it was I've been around a group of guys for the past 5 years that I have great relationships with. And we get to practice. We spend a lot of time off the field together. And then going to pro ball, it was kind of the opposite, right? We play every single day. We get to the field at noon, leave at 11 at night, go to bed, and do the same thing every day. So it's hard to establish those relationships and connections with your teammates, even though I did with a couple in those 5 weeks. But yeah, I'd say those are probably the two big things from adjustment wise. Also, definitely the talent, the competition, right? As a hitter, you're facing some guys who pitch in the major leagues, some guys who pitch in AAA, AA, and then you're also facing guys who are fresh out of college, just like me. So definitely a great skill level in this league, and that's probably one of the main things I saw and struggled with for sure. My first kind of dip in the water in pro ball.
One last question for you. You mentioned it, your first full pro season, and you also talked about how you'll do anything to win. But what is Casey hoping to accomplish in his first full professional season of baseball?
I'm hoping to accomplish going out there and having fun, right? I don't really care about the numbers, but I want to go out there and enjoy it, right? Because baseball, it's a game that I've been playing since I was 3 years old, and I think what I did last season was I kind of was trying to do too much with it. And if you kind of look at my last couple of years of college success, that's when I was out there having fun, enjoying it, and I had some good results that came at the end. So I think I'm just gonna have to stick with that. Go out there, have fun, make it enjoyable for the fans, my teammates, and just keep playing the game hard. So that's kind of what my expectations are for myself this year.
There you have it. Casey Dykstra, returning player for the Lake Country DockHounds. You can see him out there in Oconomowoc at WBC Park starting this May in the outfield, on the mound, and at the dish.